Hi, and welcome back to our weekly market insight. So this is part 4 where I just do some analysis on various products. So as a reminder, so in the right hand column, black numbers are sort of trend lines, they're support resistance levels that I've identified. Pink numbers are the breakout levels. Claret numbers, now the claret numbers could be just where I can sort of visibly see where there's support and resistance, or it could be based on a double or a triple top or bottom. And then, if there are any Fibonacci, they're pivot points. It's one of the reasons I've made the breakout levels pink, is because of the pivot points when they're on the 30-minute chart. So as usual, going to start with the Dow. As you can see, the stocks had a very strong week last week, and so finished just a little bit off the highs on Friday. I've got resistance at 34,789 with support at 33,921 and 33,778. So, it's been such a strong move for stocks still, especially after Friday's, some reporting from some of the major banks putting in record quarters. So the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 34,766 and 34,738. And on the downside, I've got support at 34,609, but that's a breakout level. Then support at 34,500 with another breakout level at 34,493. For the S&P, I've got resistance at 45.61 and support at 44.18. And again, you can see there, the same as the Dow, just such a strong week for the stocks. They did have that sell-off towards the end. They rallied up and they made R1, which is that red line, and then they came all the way back down to test the pivot level where they'd started the day, really. So, again, if you're not using pivot point levels, you should be. And if you don't understand them, then reach out to us. We do courses on technical analysis, so we can help you with that. So on the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 45.41, support at 45.25, 45.14, and I've got a breakout level at 44.97. And again, you can always take pictures on your phone just to keep a record of these for during the week, or screenshots, however you want to do it. But it just saves you having to keep scrolling back to these day by day. Now on the Nasdaq daily, resistance 15,861, support 15,429 and 14,945. And again, it's a strong week for all the stocks. On the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 15,737 and 15,701, support at 15,667 and support at 15,561. So Friday, that sort of Michigan sentiment just did have that little bit of a push on the downside. It sort of unsettled the markets. Plus, of course, you're going to get some end of week book squaring, people that don't want to carry that risk over into the weekend. So not lots, but some of the longs that were sitting in there, not willing to risk it over the weekend, would have been selling as well, looking to reinstate their positions on Monday. Moving on to the Russell 2000. Just remember, these are the small cap stocks, so they're much more sensitive to what's going on in the economy. And as you can see, even they had a good move up last week. So resistance 1968, support 1843. Still in that uptrend at the moment. And then we've got another support level at 17.39, but obviously that's way off. But you know, if anything does trigger and get us down there, not sure what it could be at the moment. On the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 1963, also 1946, support at 1939, so one of those is going to get broken quite quickly, with support which is a breakout level at 1922. So I mean, the dollar was getting really smashed towards the end of last week, as you can see there, which was leading to the pound and the euro and pretty much everything else going up against it. You know, whether that's going to continue, not sure. I've got my own views, but mine are based on the macro rather than just interest rates. So anyway, looking at the close steady, and resistance 131.48 for the pound against the dollar, support at 126.76, and also at 123.14. Then on the 30-minute, a few tighter levels, so I've got resistance at 131.47, pretty much the same as the daily, and also 131.06, with support at 130.92. And then I've got a couple of support breakout levels, one at 130.30 and one at 129.87. So you know, they are support, but if it breaks through them, then obviously I'm expecting the market to go lower each time. Moving on to the euro against the dollar. So resistance I've got at 112.84. Who would have thought we'd have seen it up there? And support at 108.54. On the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 112.80. I've got support at 112.55, and then I've got breakout levels at 112.38, 111.65, and also 111.37. So if it does pick up steam on the downside, there's going to be some good opportunities for that market. So, you know, Bitcoin just continued its range regardless of what was going on in the rest of the asset classes. We've got resistance at 32,215. We've got support at 30,005. I've got support at 28,240, but that is a breakout level as well. If it gets through there, we could see it go quite a bit lower. But, you know, at the moment it's consolidating. Then on the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 31,602 and 31,351, with support at 30,020. Now, you know, when we sort of look at Bitcoin and NASDAQ, you know, sort of at the end of the week, we was sort of seeing that stocks were just constantly going up. Bitcoin was ranging, but it looked as if anything, it was having a little bit of a sell-off. You know, there's some positive news out, but it wasn't sustainable. So that was based around Ripple, but overall, you know, Bitcoin sort of ended the week a little bit weaker. Stocks ended the week really strong, so we're seeing a little bit of a divergence coming in there. Moving on to commodities, so on the gold daily, I've got resistance at 1974 and 1969, with support at 1905. You know, gold, when central banks are so active in the economy, it's sometimes it can be really difficult to get a handle on direction of where gold is going. And you know, it just tends to fluctuate. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's inverse with stocks. You know, there's just no sort of definite rhyme or reason. you know, you've really got to be sort of almost momentum following with it. Moving on to the 30-minute, I got resistance at 1965. I got support at 1956. I got 1952 as a breakout level, followed by 1938 support and 1934 support. Finally, I've got WTI. Now, you know, with WTI, again, you know, with OPEC having 3 attempts to steady the oil market, they finally had some success last week. Although it had a sell-off Friday, from sort of Monday to Thursday, and started Friday fairly strong, but just couldn't hold on to those levels. So on the daily, I've got resistance at 82.69, also 77.34, with support at 71.48 and support at 67.00. Moving on to the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 76.96, 76.62 and 75.94. Then I've got support at 74.79. I've got a breakout level at 74.37. Then I've got another support at 73.24. And then I've got a final breakout level at 72.50. You know, whether they'll come into play this week, I don't really know. But, you know, again, OPEC's tried so hard to keep the oil market up, and they, as I say, they were having some success, but Friday, just whether it was just profit taking or whether it was suddenly, you know, that impacts of them doing their third sort of cut of supply is sort of just waning now, and people have had enough of that. So and of course, you know, when it comes to commodities, just keep an eye on that dollar, because, you know, when the dollar weakens, it tends to sort of have that inverse relationship, the dollar with commodities. The reason for that is because if the dollar weakens, most commodities are priced in dollars, so it makes them cheaper in local currency. So therefore that increases the demand for those. And again, you know, when you're looking at those types of things, think about the commodity currencies, you know, Canadian dollar, New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, and even South America, you've got Argentina and Brazil as well. You know, just think about countries that are main exporters of commodities. Anyway, that pretty much sort of ends this week. As usual, I'm just going to finish off with what we do in the way of services. So we offer daily newsletter direct to your inbox. Nothing you need to do once you've registered. And in there, you'll get global headlines, you'll get full news articles, top ones, and my views, and of course, as a subscription, we do fresh daily chart levels with pivot points. We offer a number, you know, just a whole variety of different types of ways of learning more about the markets. One day workshops. Tuesday I'm doing one, an introduction to trading for beginners. If anyone's interested, please reach out. And there's plenty of others as well, you know, just so we can help you fill in any gaps you've got. All of this just helps to accelerate your trading and improving your trading skills. Our 1 week courses, we've got 3 different ones there. One of them is intensive, another one actually includes a free trading challenge, and in a week, if you've got an inner trader, I will help you find it. If you're really serious about turning trading into your career, then we do a comprehensive accredited masterclass. This has been specially designed to give you all that knowledge and all the trading tools that you're going to need to navigate any market conditions and also any asset class. And then there's another one which is sort of a spin of that one, which is called our Flexi Masterclass. You know, it's 4 weeks of guided learning, but again, you don't have to take them all in one go. You can spread them out. And with the Flexi Masterclass, at the end of it, you do get the opportunity to do a trading challenge in the hope of qualifying for one of those highly sought after funded trading accounts. Now, apart from all of that, we do trader mentoring. So again, you know, just I look at your weaknesses and I give you solutions on how to improve there to help you get to the next level. Consult to companies on FX and commodity exposure. You know, we provide so many different avenues when it comes to educational content. It's to individuals, exchanges, brokers. And of course, as I mentioned a couple of times, these funded trading accounts, you know, we believe that Nordic Funder provide one of the best opportunities out there. And there's the sort of a link that you can go on to check that out for yourself, and then compare it with some of the others and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this week. So any questions, or if you'd like more information about any of our services, it's info@cymaxfintech.com, or you can email me directly at chris.tubby@cymax-int.com. Have a great week, and I hope you'll join us again next weekend. Thanks very much. Take care and be lucky.